Hi guys, so in this video we're going to take a look at musical scales and how we can easily work them out using Live's MIDI clips. So this is the loop that we're going to be working on. And we'll just program a few notes in another sound. So I've got a xylophone here to accompany the marimba, and we just want to make sure that they're in the same scale. So first of all, let's just have a look at how we can work out scales in Live's MIDI clips. So we're just going to be using the most common scales, diatonic scales in Western music, and they consist of 7 different notes. You actually have 8 notes to complete the scale, which is the root note repeated again at the top. And we'll look at the most common one first, which is the major scale. And in order to work this out so that we know exactly the notes that are in any major scale, we just need to work out the step pattern. So it's very easy to do. You start on a C and you just draw in all of the white notes. Now, I'm not going to include that C at the top. I'll just go with the 7 different notes that I mentioned. Okay. And now what we have is the step pattern that makes up a major scale. So you can just see that we've got certain times we jump up a tone and other times we just jump up a semitone. And so this is a step pattern that makes up the major scale. And because it's starting on a C, this is a C major. If I wanted to know what a G major was, I just take this pattern that I've drawn in. Remember, always starting on a C and drawing in the white notes, and I move it down. So if I wanted a G major, this would be all of the notes in G major. Now, the next most common of our scales would be the minor scale. And so if I want to work out a natural minor scale, very simple again, I'm just going to start on an A this time and draw in all of the white notes. And again, I'll omit the final A in there. I'll show you why we're doing that in a second. Again, now I've got A minor because it's starting on an A, and this is the step pattern for a natural minor scale. And again, if I wanted to find out what G was, I'd just move that down to G. And if I wanted to find out what C was, I'd move that up to C. So just to make this nice and clear, if you remember, the major scale was starting on a C, drawing in all of the white notes. You can see now that this one is C minor and this is C. Let's have a look. So yeah, C minor, and this one is C major. So you can just see that it's purely about the way that these notes are organized, the step pattern that they follow, where there is a jump and where the notes are next to each other. And this works for all of the different modes as well. So if you wanted to, for example, program in Dorian, then you would start on a D and draw in all the white notes. And again, now if I move that down to C, this would be C Dorian. So I'm not going to go into detail on all the different modes and how that works. I just really wanted to show the technique of how we can quickly identify a scale. So I know that I'm actually programming this particular track in G minor. So in order to get ourselves to that G minor, remember we start on an A and program all the white notes in to give ourselves the natural minor scale. And then we move it to G because we want G minor. Now, I've got this programmed in, and what I'm going to do is highlight this and just click the left button on my keyboard, the left arrow. And so now this won't actually play, and I can draw notes in accordance with this scale. I'm also going to go up a few octaves with this. So I'm just going to hit Command C to copy and Command V to paste. So I've copied and pasted on top of itself, and then Shift up arrow will jump us up an octave. And it's just really why I didn't repeat the G. So I'm going to Command C, Command V again, Shift up arrow. I've now got 3 octaves. And if I now click on Fold, I can only draw notes in that are in G minor natural. So you can obviously use this for any scale that you want. And if you wanted to use the melodic minor and so on, you could adjust this. As I say, I'm not going to go into too much detail on the other scales, just working with this one, just so you can see how easy it is to do this. So what we can now do is just come in and program notes, and we're free to put in whatever we like at the moment. And it should all work fairly nicely with the arp. There'd be the odd note that might not fit so well, and it's a case of just nudging it up and down until you find something that does work. And of course, if you decide to use a note that isn't in the scale, like a little passing note or something, it's very easy just to unfold it and draw that note in. So, very flexible system. Let's quickly program something in just to see how it works. Won't worry too much about the quality of this. Let's give it a go. And there we go. So, not the most amazing and inspiring pattern in the world, but you can see how easy it is to knock this up and how easy it is to work out your scales now using the MIDI clips in Live. So, I hope you enjoyed the video. And as always, I hope you found it useful. Comments are very, very welcome. Take care.